Hello, you are listening to Everyday Superpower, the place where you learn about body language, non-verbal communication, and of course, everything in between. Today, we're going to be looking at smiling. We're going to be looking at identifying an artificial smile, okay? So, a smile that isn't real, basically, not a genuine, happy, full-hearted smile, right? This is going to be a feigned smile, and I was going to say we all do it, but we probably all don't do it. I know that I do it, definitely. And I don't go around trying to be a fake person, but such as a white lie, this smile is indicative of communication lubrication to ensure that our relations flow a little bit smoother and we don't engage with people on the wrong foot. It's, significant of appeasement, and it's not a declaration of sincerity, that's for sure, but it will appease others and remain, give you the image of remaining polite. Alright, it's the same smile that's utilised for the most part on photographs, especially, school photos and so on and so forth. And I'm sure you've heard, the quote that a photographer may or may not use, saying, "Say cheese, everybody," like that makes a difference. You're going to say cheese, the mouth is going to replicate the smile, but the most important feature won't exist, and that's a particular set of muscles that surround the eyes, entitled the orbicularis oculi. Alright, now you don't really need to remember the name of that, just know that the orbicularis muscles engage the crow's feet around the eyes. So in essence, a real smile is going to tell through the eyes just as much as the mouth. To be honest with you, the real smile will engage the eyes and be more truthful within the eyes than the mouth as a whole. So somebody who is smiling with the eyes is probably in a way smiling heavier than someone who isn't actually engaging the mouth and doesn't have these engaged set of muscles, right? We do associate a smile with the mouth, but there you go. The domineering reality of it all is that the eyes tell the story a little bit better, okay? So if you look at a photo or communicate with someone and they smile at you, but you acknowledge that their eyes are playing no part, it's a showcase that they are not sincere within the happiness they are trying to project or trying to communicate with you. You'll see this in fast food and customer service and so on and so forth. You'll see thin-lipped smiles and closed mouth smiles and smiles in regards to this nature where the eyes aren't engaged or might actually tell a different story. You might actually see a constriction of the pupils and a squinting of the eyes, almost in complete disagreement with the mouth and the behavior they're trying to express to you, right? But it's not all bad, you might not shoot joy up and down their spine from the moment of seeing you, but they are putting on a fake smile to put their best foot forward, even though they might not necessarily believe in what the smile portrays. They might not actually feel that way, but they're still willing to engage with you and at least put a positive mask on, as opposed to look at you in a very grumpy manner. But that's up to you and your personal philosophy as to whether you prefer that over the honesty that somebody who might actually portray a reality of oneself, blah 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 blah. So it's a standalone cue for the most part. You don't necessarily have to assess the cluster of body language to see a fake smile, but you might want to assess as to whether the body stiffens up perhaps, or where the feet are aiming at. They may be wanting to get out of the door as soon as they see you. Perhaps that's why they are giving you this fake smile, because you've caught them, and you are friends, but you've caught them at a wrong time as to where they need to be elsewhere and they're heading elsewhere. So, you know, you have to assess the context and the situation and so on and so forth. This might be a very one-time thing, just in response to, you know, where you've seen them and so forth. But if you wanted to really assess and read the body language, and you know this person and you feel this is a bizarre behaviour, it's worthwhile to ask why. You might have caught them red-handed doing something they don't necessarily want you to be aware of, you know. So, on a side note, it can actually indicate that a person is deceiving you. So if somebody was to make a statement in regards to what they would do, for example, and it's followed by you know, this fake smile which doesn't engage the eyes, where the eyes are actually quiet, void of happiness, it could be indicative of a false statement. It could be punctuating that prior statement as completely wrong and the opposite. So that's something to take into consideration, okay? Somebody told me this, which I think I'll drop this off for you, but I actually think it complicates things a little bit. But a little thing you can do, which I heard in the past, is if you were to take, let's say you see a picture, for example, and you want to find out whether that person's smile is real or not, you would be able to cover up the mouth of the individual and just look at the individual's face, that upper head at least, just assess the eyes and maybe the nose and so forth, and you'll be able to identify as to whether the person is happy or not, because given that it was a genuine smile, that eyes are going to tell you all you need to know, even though you don't see the mouth whatsoever. So that might be good practice for you. Now, take that one with a pinch of salt, because me personally, I do that when I need to, you know, assess things I see and to see as to whether it makes sense to me at the time. But for the most part, I think it overcomplicates it. But hey, that's a bit of game for you. And without further ado, I'm going to sign out, people. So I want to say one love. Click subscribe as always. Peace out.